Hi, I'm Marta from travelfortaste.com, where I share simple recipes from all around the world. Welcome to my brand new YouTube channel. As the first recipe, I decided to show you this very rich chocolatey cupcake, which French call Mi-Cuit or Chocolat. It is called Mi-Cuit, which in English means half-cooked, because of its very short baking time, which results in a cooked outside and a soft inside, so that when you take the first scoop, you discover this creamy chocolate heart. It is really impressive. When I was living in France, this was my dessert number one that I will order while eating in a restaurant. That is, until the day when I realized that it's actually really easy to make it at home. And today I will show you two different ways how you can make it quickly yourself. Before we start, note that all the ingredients and the link for the recipes are listed below the video. So here's what you need to prepare for two portions. 70 gram good quality dark chocolate. Mine is made with 70% cocoa. 30 gram unsalted butter. 1 whole egg. 20 grams of sugar and a pinch of salt. The easiest way to measure all of the ingredients is to use a kitchen scale, but really do not worry if you do not own one. We can easily do it without. For example, butter. Most of the butter packages have this graduation on the back of it, and with this we can easily estimate how much butter do we need. So here, this little portion, it's written it's 50 grams. So a little bit more than half of it will be 30 grams, so what we need for this recipe. Same with the chocolate. A standard one is 100 grams. So if your chocolate is also made of 10 squares, it will mean that we need 7 squares for the 70 grams. So it's pretty simple. And to measure 20 grams of sugar without a scale, we basically need a little bit less than 1.5 tablespoons. So we have all our ingredients, so let's get started. First, I will preheat my oven to 180 degrees Celsius. And while the oven is preheating, I add the butter to the chocolate and I melt them. Either a warm water bath or a microwave will work well, but if you use a microwave, make sure that you don't burn the chocolate. It's pretty easy. Once the chocolate is melted, I leave it on the side so it cools down a bit. And now I whisk the egg with sugar and a pinch of salt. If you don't have an electric whisk, you can easily use a traditional manual one. Then I combine the egg with chocolate and voila, the butter is ready. Another nice thing about this dessert is that if you plan to serve it after a meal, you can easily prepare the batter 1 hour before, leave it at room temperature and bake it once you're ready for the dessert. So now, if you choose to serve your Mi-Cuit or Chocolat on a plate as lava cakes, you can use such silicone muffin tray. Simply fill it up and put it in preheated oven for around 7 to 8 minutes. As a general rule, longer you bake them, less creamy they will be inside. And since every oven is a bit different, I would advise you to test this recipe starting with a shorter baking time and then add a minute or two if you prefer them a bit more done. To keep your Mi-Cuit or Chocolat intact, let them set and cool down a bit before removing them from the mold. I would say after 5 minutes you're good to go. The way I like my Mi-Cuit or Chocolat the most is baked with raspberries. I bake and serve them in ceramic cups. Note that these will take a bit longer in the oven. For me it took 10 minutes. So here you have it. 2 ways to make this intense chocolatey Mi-Cuit or Chocolat, which really take no time. And now I guess some of you may wonder whether it is healthy to eat such an amount of chocolate. And I would argue it is really healthy for your soul. So I hope I convinced you to give this recipe a try, and if you'd like to see more of this kind of videos, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Bye!